Thank you for tuning in to As It Lays. Today's subject is James Worthy. James, thank you for being here.
Pleasure.
So we'll just get started with the questions.
Okay.
Is there anything that you can cook or bake really well?
Yes. I have a recipe. It's a Mediterranean chicken with olives and a bunch of other ingredients, and I bake that very well. Yes.
Do you think that opposites attract?
Sometimes. I think there has to be some balance, so I do think opposites attract in some cases.
Who would you like to see host the Academy Awards?
The Academy Awards, probably Morgan Freeman.
What's the best place to go for a long weekend?
A long weekend, probably somewhere camping, perhaps, maybe camping where you can do some water activities.
Were you a problem child?
Yes, in some cases I was a problem child, yeah. Because of my height and because of the awkwardness, I acted out to kind of escape from that.
Is it important to stretch before exercising?
Yes, 110% sure. When you wake up in the morning and before you go to bed at night, stretching is one of the key formulas to longevity.
What magazines do you subscribe to?
Well, Golf Magazine is one of my top magazines. I also subscribe to Black Enterprise for financial education. Sometimes I get a health magazines, Men Health magazine, to kind of keep up with what's going on in the health world and the diet. Those are my three primarily, but I pick up some of the tabloids in the airport, and sometimes I pick up Time. National Geographic has always been a favorite of mine since I was a kid.
What do you do with your old clothes?
I give them away, Goodwill, and sometimes I have some friends that nephews that sometimes can fit into them. So yeah, I give them away.
Where do you see yourself in 10 years?
10 years working. I never want to stop working. Now I'm, fortunate to be working now at 50. So I hope to be, golfing, young, vibrant, doing well.
Do you remember your first kiss?
Yes. Sixth grade, Teresa Richards. Yeah, it wasn't pleasant.
Do you prefer East or West Coast rap?
Well, I've been on the West Coast for most of my life, so I'm going to have to go with West Coast, having met, Snoop Dogg and Dr. Dre and some of the West Coast guys, Tupac, before he passed away. So I would have to go with the West Coast rap.
Are you a neat freak?
No.
What was your major in college?
I was a radio, TV, motion picture major at the University of North Carolina, Chapel Hill. Fell in love with the radio when I was a kid and wanted to get into that, and fell in love with writing jingles and commercials and things like that, and thought, television might have some promise.
Would you describe yourself as being good with technology?
No, not at all. I'm slow to catch on, and I think it's because I don't want to. I'm just one of those guys that old-fashioned, I guess, but this society is forcing us to do so. So I'm getting better, but I'm not a techno.
Are you CPR or first aid certified?
Not renewed. I need to renew my certification, and I think you have to do it annually or every 2 years or something like that. When I had my kids and in college too, I was certified, but I think it expires at some point, so I need to revisit that.
In a game of truth or dare, which are you most likely to choose?
Truth, because it's over. You don't have to remember it when the truth is out.
Do you believe in ghosts?
No.
If your house caught fire and you could only grab one thing before escaping the flames, what would it be?
Well, other than my kids, I don't know, my safe is bolted. I couldn't get that. Insurance papers?
What do you want the world to know about James Worthy?
That basketball is what he did for a living, but it's not really who he is as a person. So I'd like people to know that there's more than just the basketball part, and I enjoy engaging as a humanitarian in communities, the ones that I kind of grew up in. So I'd like people to know that I use my platform that's been given to me as an athlete and someone who has achieved in that area. So I try to use my platform to give back as much as I can.
Well, that's all the time we have for today. Thank you so much for being here, and thank you for watching. Thank you.